So tonight's film is something I found on Criterion Channel, and it is an amazing sort of independent Canadian drama from 1999, coming of age drama. It's written and directed by Léa Pool, probably best known for her documentary from a few years ago called Pink Ribbons Inc. This is, I think, her like fifth or sixth film that she made, and it stars Karine Vanasse. And Léa Pool is Swiss Canadian, so she's from Switzerland but has lived in Canada since 1975. She obviously does French Canadian as she is Swiss. This, I believe, is semi autobiographical, and I say that because some of the characters in this film are similar to people in her real life, and some of the stories are similar to her real life, except her youth was in Switzerland, not Montreal or Quebec. Quebec. It's set in 1962 to 63, and it follows a girl named Hannah who she is on vacation with her grandparents in the country when her period starts for the first time. She's never had it before. Her grandma does not do a very good job of explaining it to her. She's clearly not having the best time, so she decides to hitchhike back to Quebec. There, she's met at this train station by her brother and is brought back to her family. And you see that family life is not great either. It then cuts to her first day of school. It's registration day. She has to explain who she is, so you get a lot of her background. She uses her mother's maiden name because her parents are not married. Her mother is Catholic. Her father is Jewish. So she's not really Catholic or Jewish because Catholicism is passed down by the father, Judaism passed down by the mother. She is neither. She also says she doesn't really care. You find out that her father is a poet who has never been published. Her mother was a one-time artist who now works in a textile factory of some sort. Her father survived the war. He is a Polish Jew who survived the war, first in France and then immigrated to Canada. You get all of this sort of background to sort of understand why everyone is struggling the way they're struggling. Her home life is not great. Her school life is not great. So she sort of collapses into herself and a kind of strange relationship with her brother. One day when it's raining, she goes into the movie theater to get out of the rain and discovers Jean Godard's Vivre sa vie. She then sees this movie many times and starts sort of patterning her behavior after Anna Karenina's character in the film. Vivre sa vie, if you've not seen it, is about a woman who leaves her husband and becomes a prostitute. Similar, but a little darker than Le Mépris, which is another, not Le Mépris, Love in the Afternoon? No. What is the one I'm thinking of with Catherine Deneuve? Oh, Belle de Jour. So many movies. Belle de Jour. Vivre sa vie is a much darker take on the downward spiral of a woman named Nana, played by Anna Karenina. Anna Karenina. I'm tired. Anna Karina. I do that all the time because those names are so similar. No trains in this one. So as her home life gets worse, she follows the film more and more. Meanwhile, she's also met a girl that she has a sort of a thing for, and they start kind of exploring their sexuality. But the girl may or may not be bisexual because she also kind of likes Hannah's brother. Hannah and her brother also have a kind of a weird relationship. As I've said, things are a little strange. The last end of the film right before the end of the film, that section is a little dark. She runs away from home. She starts, trying to be a woman of the night. Things do not go well. It's a little creepy. The whole thread actually shows after she started her period and she's starting to grow boobs, etc., etc., the ways in which men are terrible to women. She gets groped. She gets sexually harassed, like all kinds of things. pretty much every woman has gone through this as a teenager and as a grown woman. So it's unfortunate that she has no sort of strong women um, role models to help her through this until her teacher, who kind of also looks like Anna Karina, starts to sort of be her mentor and the one sort of solid emotional rock that she has in her entire life. Um, and then, somewhat spoilers, movies don't just save her life through the film that she watches, but spoilers for the end of the movie, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. She's given a video or a video camera, a Bolex, to go and sort of start making her own movies. This is why I think the film is a little autobiographical, because obviously Léa Pool then became a filmmaker. Fun fact, it was co-written with Nancy Houston, who played the teacher in this film. So this film did really well critically. It won a bunch of awards in Canada. It is a lovely coming of age story. It's melancholic at points. It's hopeful at other points. I feel like it captures the turbulence of adolescence really, really well. It has a killer soundtrack. It's got that beautiful early 60s sort of aesthetic to it. It's just a real gem in the canon of coming of age movies about women and coming of age movies in general, because unfortunately that canon tends to only be coming of age films about men, and that's awful because half of the population are women, and maybe men would have more empathy for women if they actually watched movies about what girls go through when they hit puberty, because it's awful. So this is Set Me Free, also known as Emporte-moi, and it is on Criterion Channel, and you should watch it. It is so good. I really enjoyed it. Thumbs up.